It's Tyler Hoff, though, for MacQuaid, flipping it to his partner, Pagani. Pagani picks it up. He gets a forechecker. The puck stolen by Whitcup. He'll flip it around the boards, but it's intercepted there by Del Forte. He headmans to Reese, and here comes Reese. His shot from center ice, and DeLille makes a save and holds on for the face-off as all three MacQuaid forwards rushing in. And we'll have a draw in the Massena zone. So both teams with shots on net from long range and easy saves for McGuire and Dusty DeLille. Face-off in the Massena zone will go to the left of goaltender DeLille. Whitcup will take the draw. Off the face-off, won by MacQuaid. They slide it through, but it's knocked away by the Raiders. And here comes Paquin. Out to center ice to Whitcup. Whitcup picking up the loose puck, takes it across. Whitcup, nice drop pass, Michaud, but he's bodied off the puck, and Valley picks it up right back the other way for MacQuaid. Valley ahead to Del Torre. Into the zone. Centers it right across the goal mouth. It's intercepted there. And the net, in the meantime, is knocked off. And apparently it's knocked off by Massena, which means the faceoff will stay inside Massena territories. Both teams use this break in the play to change lines. Coming out will be DiCamillo with Tremaine and Marshall for MacQuaid. And Massena will send out the Ryan Ramo line. Aaron Ramo and Adam Catanzarite on the wings, the Cousins line for the Massena Red Raiders. Face off top of the circle left side in the Massena zone. Brian Hatch out there along with Nick Tubolino on defense for the Raiders. And it's going to be Milgate and Tugel out there for MacQuaid. Off the draw, the puck to the blue line, kept in at the point. Into the circle it goes. There's a fight for it there. Bounces along the puck boards, and it's picked up by Marshall. He's ridden out of the play. Tubolino trying to come up with a puck. It's in his skates, can't find it. Stolen away by Tremaine. Tremaine drops it in behind for Marshall. Marshall trying to come out of the circle. He's bodied off the play by Ramo out to center ice. Here comes Catanzarite trying to stick handle down the left wing side. He's taken out of the play nicely by Tugel, and the puck picked up by his partner Milgate. He'll bank it off the backboard. Still in the zone of MacQuaid to the blue line, not out of the zone. Kept in there by Nick Tubolino. Puck back again to Milgate. He'll drop it to Tugel on the other side. Back to Milgate. Massena trying to mount some forechecking pressure. They come to the blue line and out to center ice. And a 2-on-1 for MacQuaid. Breaking down the ice is DiCamillo. Here's the shot, and he scores a goal. He used his partner for a decoy and beat Dusty DeLille on the glove side high in the corner. An absolutely perfect shot by Joe DiCamillo. The assist will probably go to Tugel on the defense, and MacQuaid takes an early lead here at the 1:40, or I should say, 41 mark. 1:41 of the first period. It's 1-0 MacQuaid. Raiders got caught a little bit up on offense and gave up a 2-on-1 odd man rush, and MacQuaid took advantage of it, and they take the lead. Off the faceoff, puck trickles into the Massena zone. Nick Toth back after it. Flips it ahead to Levine, knocked away. To the blue line and poke checked out to center ice. Here come the Raiders back the other way. Foster with it, right wing side, takes it by the D, trying to slide it across the middle, nobody there. And right back the other way comes Brian Morrell. Morrell's headman pass to the Massena line. Toth intercepts there, has it knocked away, and into the zone is John Angus. Sharp angle shot across the goal mouth all the way back to the blue line. Not out of the zone, it bounces. Now the Raiders try to move it out to center ice, can't do it, as it's poke checked back into the corner by MacQuaid. After it there, Leduc. Leduc has it in his skates. He's battling a MacQuaid player. The puck bounces free to Hunter Rapp, and he'll flip it around on the other side. We'll talk about Hunter in a moment, but first play still in. It comes to Toth. He backhands it around for McDonald. He can't control it. Here's a shot deflected in front of the net, and it goes wide into the corner. Bouncing puck. There's a battle for it along the boards, and finally it's flipped out to center ice by the Raiders. It'll trickle back in MacQuaid territory. Back after it, there's the defenseman Ryan Cushing as the teams make some changes. Puck knocked away at center ice. Raiders try to come back the other way. And here's a check from behind as the puck bounces deep in Massena territory. DeLille stops it behind the net. After it, there's Chad Southwick trying to go around the boards to the forward, Dupree, but it's bounced around the other way. Hatch moving it ahead. On the wing, Mankeys out to center ice it goes. Here comes Derek Rupert with it, trying to stick handle his way through, knocked away, and right back the other way comes MacQuaid. 2-on-1 again. This time the Raiders do get back in time, and a good defensive play made by Southwick to break it up. Raiders bounce it down the ice, and I think it went off somebody, but that was the official, so icing will be the call. 11:39 left, and on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard, it's MacQuaid 1, Massena no score. Okay, Tremaine gets the assist. I thought it was a defenseman who had manned the puck, but apparently it was Tremaine. So the goal reads Joe DiCamillo from Joe Tremaine, and it's 1-0. Face-off in the Massena zone. Whitkip's line back out there against the Vaca line. Off the face-off, puck along the boards. In behind the net it goes. Now there's a race for the puck there. Puck in the corner. Raiders trying to throw a check. It bounces the blue line and out to center ice. Back after it is defenseman Hoff. His pass intercepted. Back to Whitkip. Whitkip takes it across, has it poke checked away, and it's back in behind the net, picked up there by the back-checking Brandon Drew. Drew with a puck. He'll flip it over on the other side to the defenseman Hoff. Hoff moves it ahead and down the ice, and that's going to be right on, so there's no icing called. Aaron Leduc back for Massena in his own end. He'll lug it out and then bank it off the boards. Trying to go to Michaud, intercepted. Comes to the Massena line. Off a defenseman, back out to center ice. Trickles inside MacQuaid territory. Defenseman Pagani doesn't clear the zone. Here's a chance. Devin Paquin. Drop pass. Nice Whitkip shot right across the goal mouth. Don't think it got through, but a nice drop pass by Devin Paquin. Here's Paquin stealing the puck. Has it poked away to the blue line. Kept in at the point momentarily, but MacQuaid back the other way. Into the Massena zone. They try to break it in behind the net. Back there is Leduc to throw a check. The puck bounces into the corner, controlled by MacQuaid momentarily along the boards as they poke it ahead. Massena gathers it and dumps it to center ice. Picked up there by Milgate. Off the glass, Whitkip trying to come up with it. He can't. Back after it is Matt Reese. He'll drop it to his defenseman as they try to set it up. Dumped in the Massena zone again. Nick Toth after it. Can he get to it? No, it's stolen away, but knocked down in front by the Raiders. Back down the ice it goes, and I do believe that'll be far enough for icing. The whistle blows with 10:09 left in the first period. MacQuaid, by virtue of an early goal by DiCamillo, has a 1-0 lead. Face-off will move back inside Massena territory on the icing as the Ryan Ramo line comes across the boards against Joe DiCamillo's line. Tremaine and Marshall are his two wingers. Ramo out there with Aaron Ramo and Adam Catanzarite. Face-off right side of Dusty DeLille. Off the draw, puck in the circle, stolen away. Here's DiCamillo again. This time he fires it over the net as he just escaped his opposite forward. Gets a shot off. Here's a shot from the point, goes in behind the net. As the team from MacQuaid putting some pressure on Massena. They control the puck behind the net. That's Tremaine around the boards trying to center it. It's knocked away. Bounces in the corner again. Picking it up again is Tremaine. Trying to stick handle behind the net. Poke checked away from him. The puck slides into the corner. There's a battle for it there, cleared around the boards. And finally it comes to Ramo, who cannot clear the zone. The puck goes underneath a couple of players. Still in the zone. Yes, it is still in the zone. Controlled there by John Marshall. Marshall trying to flip it in the corner to DiCamillo. He'll drop it in behind the net for Marshall again. Marshall trying to flip it around behind Tremaine. Tremaine, as they continue. Here's Tremaine stepping into the circle. Looking. He'll drop it in behind the net. Picked up by Hatch. Hatch has bodied out of the play by Marshall, but manages to move the puck ahead. It comes to Ramo. Battling in the corner. That's Aaron Ramo. The puck is still alive, apparently. Yes, it is still alive. It bounces in front of the net. Here's a shot. Here's the save. And holding on for the face-off is Dusty DeLille. The Raiders just couldn't clear the zone. 8:52 remaining in the period. The first period, it's 1-0 for MacQuaid. Raiders will make a line change as the Andrew Foster line comes out. Chris Levine and Eric McDonald are the two wingers, and coming out will be Hunter Rapp's line. Brian Morrell, John Angus on the wings for MacQuaid. Face-off will be in the Massena zone. Raiders really with a problem clearing the zone that time. That DiCamillo line can really move that puck and cycle deep. Face-off, Andrew Foster, left side, off the draw, puck in the circle. Raiders try to clear and barge their way through and do, and out to center ice it goes. Bouncing over his shoulder, into the zone. Levine chasing in after it. Getting there first is Pagani, the defenseman. He'll flip it over on the other side for Cushing. To the blue line, Tubolino. Did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Puck still controlled. Foster can't control it. It bounces back out, back in the zone again, as McDonald got a piece of it for the Raiders. Pagani back after it. He'll flip it over on the other side behind the net. Now the puck almost stolen away. Comes to the blue line. Leduc shot. Goes wide. Had a wide open corner and just missed it. Puck around the boards. Tubolino trying to keep it in at the blue line. He does. Levine takes a whack at it there on the backhand. Puck goes in behind the net. Picked up by Pagani again. That's the younger Pagani brother. Now the puck behind. Foster throws a check. McDonald's in there battling for it. Foster trying to pry it free. He does. Foster looks to center, goes off a leg to Leduc at the point. His shot at the goal, deflected right on. As getting a stick on the puck was McDonald, and a good save made by McGuire. Puck in behind the net. Now Massena putting the pressure on, and finally McQuaid will ice the puck to take the pressure off. So a good job by this Foster line. Foster out there with Levine and McDonald to generate a couple of good scoring chances, and the faceoff will move back inside as we come out with the Derek Rupert line. Zach Dupree and Thomas Mankies, on the wings. Face-off right side of goaltender Mike McGuire. Off the draw. Puck controlled by McQuaid. That's Vaca. He'll flip it in behind the net to his defenseman. And they break it, but not out of the zone. Kept in. Here's Dupree. He tries to deflect it at the net. It goes wide. Mankies after it. Can't come up with it. Behind the net, it's Pagani. Mankies throws a check. The puck squirts free. Over on the other side to Tyler Hoff. Hoff banks it ahead to the Massena line off the glass. Back it goes into Rupert's equipment. He takes it across, trying to go to Zach Dupree. Dupree right to Rupert in front. Rupert shot. Oh, he fired it wide. The rebound right in front of the net goes to Rupert again. In the corner. Great opportunity for Massena. The Raiders putting some pressure on right now. And the puck comes to the puck board, and I think we're going to have our first penalty of the game. And it looks like it's going to go against Massena for tripping. And that's an unfortunate call. Basically what happened was the McQuaid kid kind of ran over Rupert's stick and ended up tripping, and Derek gets the call for tripping, so McQuaid goes on the power play. The Raiders had two really good shifts putting on a lot of pressure, but now they're going to have to kill a penalty. Michaud and who else is out there? Robbie Whitcup, I'm sure. And it's going to be Hatch along with Leduc. Off the draw, Whitcup battling in the corner, takes it away. Here's Whitcup in the offensive zone trying to center. Michaud didn't get enough on it. It's intercepted, and back comes McQuaid the other way. They're just going to dump it in the Massena zone. Around the boards it goes. After it is Reese in the corner. He's checked out of the play by Michaud. Puck back to the blue line. Kept in there at the point. Michaud steals it and dumps it down the ice. Stopped by McGuire. He'll flip it ahead. Michaud, or I should say Whitcup, steals it momentarily, then lost it. Now Michaud in there putting some pressure on. The puck bounces away. Comes out by the blue line. Michaud almost steals it again. But here comes McQuaid's Ryan Valley. Valley, headman pass. Into the zone it goes. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth. Nobody there. It's going to go all the way back to the point in Pagani. He'll flip it in behind the Massena net. They try to center. Goes off a leg along the puck boards. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot from the point. Knocked down in front by the Raiders, and they're going to flip it to the blue line. Not out of the zone. Knocked down. Here's a shot fired wide. Raiders with a chance to clear, and just a great play to stop the clearing pass. Now the puck in the corner. There's a battle there, and the whistle blows, and we'll have a face-off with there's no penalty time up. 5:59 left in the period, and a 1-0 McQuaid lead on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard. McQuaid getting on the board early. A 2-on-1 break they converted with a nice over-the-shoulder shot against Dusty DeLille. Perfect shot, actually. And since then, they had one really good shift, and then the Raiders have come back with a couple of good shifts, but right now they're killing a penalty. They got probably about 35 seconds left in that penalty. It's not on the clock, so we'll have to just keep an eye on it. Not quite all the amenities we're used to having at the beautiful Massena Arena. Face-off in the Massena zone. Back to the point, controlled by McQuaid. They'll dump it in behind the net. Picked up there by Chad Southwick. Southwick trying to tie it up. He comes away with the puck somehow. Flips it back the other way to Nick Toth. Toth in the corner. Looks to waste a little time. He just wants to tie it up. And finally it squirts free. Ramo coming after it. He can't control it. Now it gets it back again. Flips it. Not out of the zone. They bounce it inside. It bounces in behind the net again. And the penalties elapsed. Raiders get a man back. Here's the shot knocked down. Southwick after it in the corner from Massena. He'll backhand it to the blue line, and out to center ice it goes. Tell you what, these McQuaid defensemen are good at keeping the puck in the zone. Back out to center ice, and here they come again. Del Forte. He'll just dump it deep as he wants off. And the Raiders, Chad Southwick, will pick it up behind the net. Here's Southwick. Skates it ahead. Looks for his wing, Levine. Levine takes it right side. Has it knocked away. It squirts to the McQuaid line. After it there, Levine again gets a piece of it, dumps it in, but the Raiders are offside. And anyway, Ramo's going to come off. Out to center ice it comes. Here comes Marshall. Marshall trying to barge his way past Toth. He goes down. The puck goes in the corner. After it there is DiCamillo. DiCamillo trying to flip it free to Marshall. Puck bounced in behind the net, around the boards to the blue line, and kept in at the point. Bouncing free in behind the net. Raiders try to control it. They do. Here comes Massena. Foster kind of fanned on the clearing pass, comes into the circle. They'll dump it in the corner. Foster gets it again, moves it off the glass this time out to center ice. And a good play there by Andrew Foster. Trying to forecheck, puck to center ice, getting a piece of it there. The Raiders, Dupree dumps it deep. Foster chasing it down. He's got it, looks to center in front. It goes behind McDonald off a leg. Raiders trying to clear. Dupree can't keep it in the zone. It bounces off a leg. Back the other way into the Massena zone. Here's a shot, and the save made by Dusty DeLille. It came way out to cut the angle down. Raiders control McDonald. Trying to flip it ahead. High in the air. It bounces by everybody. It will not go far enough for icing. Racing forward is Zach Dupree. Dupree trying to center it. He does in front. It bounces free, and it's picked up there by Tremaine. Tremaine moving back. Does he clear the zone? He just barely clears the zone. Trickles to the Massena line. Right back it goes to the MacQuaid line. Picked up there by Tugel, and he'll dump it deep in the Massena zone. We've got changes all over the ice. Leduc after it. He overskates. Coming back to help out Thomas Mankies. Mankies has it poked away, gets it back again momentarily. Mankies trying to drop it free, but it's knocked away, and in the corner it goes. Picked up there by Del Forte. He circles behind the net, looks to center, gets it right back again. Back to the point. Gets it right back at this Del Forte. He looks to cross ice pass. Off the boards it goes, in behind the net. They circle in front. Where is it? Here's a sharp angle shot cleared into the corner. Dupree comes up with it. He'll dump it in behind, and the puck goes around in the other corner. After it there is Rupert. He's bodied out of the play, and the puck picked up. Here's a chance in front. Short, sharp angle shot goes wide. Bouncing puck off the puck board. In behind the net. Again, they're cycling. Raiders kind of running around a little bit. In the corner it goes. Rupert throws a check. Bouncing puck to the blue line. Here's a shot from the point through traffic. Save made by DeLille. Saw that one all the way. Rupert looks to ice it. Doesn't clear it, but it comes to the blue line. Dupree moves it ahead, and down the ice it goes as Raiders want to change. Icing the call. 2:42 left in the first period. And on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard, it's MacQuaid 1, Massena no score. Faceoff will come back in the Massena zone. Our broadcast of Raider hockey this season on WMSA brought to you by Mohawk Furniture, the home of tax-free furniture, Route 37, Akwesasne. Also by Massena Savings and Loan. Massena Savings located on Main Street in Massena. Faceoff back in the Massena zone. Whitkup's line back out there now against the Vaca line. Off the faceoff, puck to the blue line. Here's a shot deflected in behind the net. Racing for it there is Vaca again. He's bodied into the boards. The puck squirts free behind the net, and they battle for it there. Whitcup gets a piece of it. He'll drop it to Hatch. Hatch rips it around the other way, not far enough, as the puck goes bouncing into the corner again. Picked up by Vaca, trying to flip it behind the net. There's a battle there as Jesse Williams has it taken away by Whitcup. Here's Whitcup, headman pass. And the puck thrown away by the Massena forward. Back inside Massena territory it goes. And Brian Hatch doing a nice job tying up the forward, and the Raiders come up with a puck. Here comes Devin Paquin. Paquin's long headman pass to neutral ice, bounces by everybody, and Whitcup comes up with it. Here's Whitcup in the corner, trying to skate it by. The shot in behind the net taken by Aaron Michaud. He missed just high. Raiders trying to get something going inside MacQuaid territory. Raiders still control. Hard check thrown there, and out to center ice it goes. Back the other way. Here comes Drew. His shot from center ice goes in behind the net, and Brian Hatch comes after it. Here's Hatch ripping it around the boards for Ramo. Ramo has it bounce off his stick. He has to come back for it. Now Hatch throws a check in the corner. Where's the puck? Hatch loses it in his skates. Where is it? Bounces around the boards again. Hatch gets it again. He'll try the other side. Rips it around the corner. Took a funny bounce off the boards. The puck tied up by Hatch in behind. There's a battle for Whitcup helping out as well. And the puck squirts free. Who's got it? It's controlled again by MacQuaid. That's Del Forte back to the point, but we're going to have a man in the crease and move the faceoff out to center ice. We're down to 1:06 left in the first period, 1-0. MacQuaid leading Massena on the Snyder and Snyder Attorneys at Law scoreboard. Raiders with a couple of opportunities in this period, but so far it's been MacQuaid with the better opportunities, and they scored one goal. Ryan Ramo's line out there. Ramo out with Aaron Ramo and Adam Catanzarite. And it's going to be Reese's line out for MacQuaid. Off the faceoff. Puck controlled by the MacQuaid D. They'll dump it from the red line deep in Massena territory. Aaron Leduc after it. He lets it go for Catanzarite. Adam starts to move it ahead. He's bodied off the puck. Where is it? Along the boards. They battle for it there, comes to the blue line. Here's a shot. That goes wide. Puck around to the other point, kept in momentarily. Raiders look to break, and out to center ice it comes. Ramo can't come up with it. Back in the Massena zone. Here's an opportunity in front. Backhand shot, save, rebound, and a save go right. That one didn't get to the save. That went behind the net. And the Raiders look to move it to the blue line. Not out of the zone again. Kept in there momentarily, but it squirts out to center ice. Back after it, Tyler Hoff. Hoff's bounce pass. Picked up there by MacQuaid forward, who's intercepted by Whitcup. Whitcup has it knocked away. Comes to the Massena line. Goes by everybody. Into the zone it goes. Here's the nice sprawling check by Chad Southwick. Puck squirts into the corner. Here's a backhander. Knocked down. Goes wide into the circle. Bouncing into the corner again as they battle for it, and Whitcup comes up with it. Here's Robbie Whitcup. Leaves it for Leduc as the buzzer sounds. Chester, and he said anything can happen, and it did. Okay, we're underway in the second period. Off the face-off, Raiders control the puck. Brian Hatch circles back into his own end, looks up ice, trying to flip it ahead, has it knocked away, and it comes to Nick Toth. Toth circles by a forechecker. He'll take it out left side. Here's Toth banging it ahead, not out of the zone. Here's a shot right on. DeLille has to make the save through traffic. Puck dumped into the corner. Here's Whitcup throwing a check on the forward, and that is Tremaine who has the goal. He gets tied up in the corner. And Toth tries to move it ahead. It bounces free to the blue line, trickles to the blue line, not out of the zone. They got a man in front. No, beautiful move. Nice move there, and a better move by Massena goaltender Dusty DeLille as he came out of the net to forecheck it away, and back comes Nick Toth. Toth flips it into the corner. Michaud chasing it there. Michaud has it poke checked away and tied up in behind the net. Now Whitcup. Now to Michaud. Michaud escapes a check, circles. Here's Michaud in the corner, poked away again by Tremaine. Back to the blue line. Leduc slides one right on. The save made, and holding on for the faceoff is Mike McGuire. So great play by Dusty DeLille coming out of his net to poke check the puck out of danger, and that could have saved a goal against for the Massena Red Raiders. 1-0 our score on the Tompo State Farm Insurance scoreboard with 13:56. We played just over a minute here in the second period. Ryan Ramo's line out there now. Off the faceoff, Ramo wins it. Ahead it comes in front, but it's knocked away. Ramo gets it back again. Circles to the right side. Backhand pass in front is deflected right on. The puck in behind. Bouncing around. There's a battle for it behind the net. Here's a chance in front. Ramo shot right on. Save made, and the rebound poked free to the blue line. Levine can't come up with it, and it's out to center ice. Here comes Aquinas in the corner now as they try to center it. It trickles right on, and DeLille lost it, and it's poked in, and it's 2-0 for MacQuaid. And I think that goal is going to go to Hunter Rapp. And it looked like DeLille had his glove on it, and somehow it got away from him, and it was poke checked into the net. And MacQuaid takes a 2-0 lead. What looked like a very easy play turned up into a goal because Hunter Rapp rushed the net. And now the Massena team going over and saying to Dusty, shake it off. And that's definitely one he'd like to have back. And I didn't think we got a goal, but well, they gave Massena a goal in the PA, but there's no goal on the scoreboard. And we'll pick up the official, but I think it was Hunter Rapp getting the goal for MacQuaid. Puck in the Massena zone. Now they've got to play tough right here. Here's a shot. DeLille makes a save. This time he's going to hold on to it and not give up any rebound, and we'll have a face-off. That shot came from the point. Not a lot on it, but DeLille says, I'm going to hold on to that. It's the Foster line now for Massena. Foster, Levine, and McDonald. And it's 2-0 for MacQuaid. Couple of early goals, one in the first period, one here in the second period, to give them the 2-0 lead. Off the draw, the puck trickles out to the neutral zone. Racing back after it is Matt Milgate. Milgate flips it ahead, but it's intercepted by Foster. Skates it in front, and it's deflected to the blue line. Hatch takes a whack at it. Into the corner it goes. Back after it is Milgate. Good opportunity again for Massena. Here is McDonald, has it taken away. The puck along the boards to an open wing. It trickles to the blue line out to center ice. Here comes Tugel. Sean Tugel in on the right wing side. Centering pass intercepted by Foster. He looks up. He's got a breaker. Here's a chance for Derek Rupert. Rupert takes it across the blue line. He's bodied off the puck. It squirts free. Picked up there by MacQuaid as they move it back the other way. Not out of the zone, back in the zone. Massena clears, though, and they're going to make a line change anyway. MacQuaid in their own end, moving it around, leading Massena 2-0. Puck squirts side of the net and to the blue line, not out of the zone. Kept in by Leduc. Leduc flips it in behind the net. Tugel is there. Trying to rip it around on the other side for Milgate to the blue line. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Opportunity, Dupree, and he fired it wide on the backhand. Oh, great chance as Dupree knocked it out of the air. Got the backhander off. Now the puck goes free. In behind the net as they battle for it there. Aaron Ramo takes it wide, flips it in behind to Thomas Menkes to the blue line. Leduc can't hold it in. Here comes the other way. It's Morrell. Brian Morrell makes the move, but it's swept away, and a nice sweep check by Brian Hatch. Clears the puck in behind the net. Here comes Aaron Leduc with it. Takes it wide, circles back. He'll flip it to Hatch. Hatch comes around the other way, looks up ice, trying to center it, gets it back to the blue line, not out of the zone. It's knocked down into the corner again, right side. Racing after it is Vaca. He takes a check. The puck squirts free to Williams in the corner. Knocked away from him. Bounces in behind the net. Here's a chance in front. They knock it away. Puck around the boards and dumped in deep. Trying to cycle is Vaca. Leduc takes him into the boards and flips the puck around for Thomas Menkes. Menkes picks it up, moves it along. He gets forward check. The puck squirts free, and it comes to Leduc. Aaron Leduc lifts it in the air and down the ice. That'll be icing against the Raiders, and the faceoff will move back in Massena zone. We played 4 minutes in the second period, and it's 2-0 for MacQuaid. Couple of early goals in both periods. Oh, Morrell got the goal. Hunter Rapp got the assist. They were both right in front of the net, and it's Morrell getting the goal from Hunter Rapp. Hunter, of course, his dad played for Coach McLennan at SUNY Potsdam. Had a chance to meet him last year. C.J. Rapp, really nice guy. He owns Zap Cola. Jolt Cola. Well, anyway, Massena breaks out of the zone. Here comes Michaud on a feed from Whitcup. Michaud dumps it right on it, bounced well, didn't go on. Here comes Whitcup in behind the net, trying to chase it down. Michaud, Whitcup and Michaud battle. Michaud takes the puck away, has it in turn taken away. It bounces into the circle, picked up there to the blue line, and Tubolino takes a whack at it, can't clear it. Comes to Nick Toth. Toth bounces it right back to the red line. Back into the Massena zone it goes. They got a man caught offside. Raiders will slowly move it out. Headman pass knocked away. Comes to Devin Paquin. Paquin trying to move it. Gets it to Whitcup. Whitcup will drop it to Tubolino. He'll start out right side. Looks up ice, trying to bounce it through. It goes deep inside MacQuaid territory, where it's stolen by Paquin. Paquin circles in front. Michaud shot right on. Save made by McGuire. And here comes the puck to the blue line. Not out of the zone. Kept in. Here's another opportunity for Paquin. Circles. Trying to center it. Gets it right back again. Here's Paquin with it. He'll drop it in behind the net. Catanzarite is Massena line change. Catanzarite trying to center it. It goes off a leg. Toth pinches in. Flips it in behind the net. Catanzarite. Adam flips it. He'll go to Levine behind the net. Here's Chris with it. Trying to flip it on the other side. It's intercepted there by Bacani. Moves it to the blue line. Kept in at the point. Tubolino. He flips it in the corner. Knocked away. To the blue line again. This time out to center ice. Tubolino. Right back in the zone. Went off a Massena player. Should have been offside. But it's not called. Puck deep. And they're going to dump it to the blue line. And it's stopped there by Chad Southwick. Southwick flips it ahead. Intercepted by MacQuaid. Back into the Massena zone it goes. Side of the net. That's icing as it went all the way down the ice. And with 9:13 remaining in the period, MacQuaid leads 2-0. Both periods, MacQuaid has gotten an early goal. Massena's come back with some opportunities and have been unable to convert. MacQuaid leading 2-0 on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. We've got the Foster line out there now for Massena. Foster, McDonald, and Dupree. Chad Southwick and Aaron Leduc at the points. And it's Matt Reese's line out for MacQuaid. Face off left side in the MacQuaid zone on the icing. Foster wins the draw. Into the corner it goes. Leduc pinches in behind the net, flips it. Picked up there on the defense by Dave Pagani. Pagani trying to center it right up the middle, and here they come. Matt Reese with it. His pass intercepted. It comes to Southwick. Southwick dumps it and takes a check, but a good job. And he's going to go to the bench as he got nailed. Toth comes out on the ice to replace him. Puck controlled by MacQuaid to the blue line, and it bounces out to center ice. Leduc with it. Leduc has it stolen away, dumped deep in Massena territory. DeLeo comes out to play it into the corner. Foster comes back after it. Can't come up with it. Here's a puck into the behind the net as DeLeo gets a piece of it. Foster throws a check, flips the puck around on the other side. Zach Dupree with it. Dupree's headman goes to Leduc. Leduc high off the glass, doesn't clear the zone. Bouncing puck kept in front. Here's an opportunity, and the shot bouncing around, and it doesn't even get through. McDonald picks it up. Nice headman to Dupree. Dupree busting down the right wing side. Kind of escapes a check. Gets knocked down, though, and the puck squirts free on the defense to Tyler Hoff. Hoff flips it around the boards. Toth keeps it in momentarily. Now it's out to center ice. They got a 2-on-1 again. Breaking in is Reese. Reese takes the shot, scores a goal. This time he beat DeLille low to the stick side as he came in on the right side. And it makes it 3-0 for MacQuaid. As the Raiders got caught up ice again, gave up an odd man rush, a 2-on-1. And again, the puck carrier shot the puck and scored a goal. 3-0 our score for MacQuaid. Raiders have had their opportunities in this hockey game, but have been unable to convert. Derek Rupert coming out with Thomas Mankey now. And Aaron Ramo will be on the other wing. Off the face-off, Raiders control. Here's Hall with it, and he dumps it deep. Hall playing defense. Brandon started out as a forward, but Massena missing a defenseman. He's been playing defense. Puck along the boards to the blue line, and it's Mankey's flipping it in behind the net. After it is Ramo, that's Aaron Ramo. To Mankey's, back to Ramo. Ramo steps in front to Rupert. He can't get a stick on it. Gets knocked down. The bouncer in front. Here's the shot. Doesn't get through. Comes back to the blue line. Nick Toth with it. Toth flips it in front. Rupert has it poke checked away. And the puck comes along the boards and out to center ice. Toth is right there to dump it right back in the zone. Back after it is Matt Milgate. Milgate behind his net. He'll flip it on the other side and down the ice. And that'll be icing against MacQuaid. And the faceoff will move back inside MacQuaid territory. 7:15 left, just past the halfway point of the hockey game. And MacQuaid leads Massena 3-0 on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Big physical, talented hockey team, this MacQuaid team. And they've taken advantage of their size and toughness. And a couple of 2-on-1 breaks, actually. Face off left side. Off the draw. Puck in the corner. Picked up there by MacQuaid as they try to move it ahead on the wing, and out to center ice it goes. Derek Rupert back after it. He'll flip it ahead. Intercepted there. And right back comes MacQuaid into the Massena zone. That's John Marshall. Marshall trying to turn the corner. Gets it in front, but it goes wide behind the net as he almost beat the Massena defenseman. Here's Marshall again. Backhander goes wide in the corner. After it, there's Tremaine. Tremaine flips it behind the net. Rupert after it. Rupert gets tied up. Battles for it. Now Nick Toth is in there moving it ahead for Rupert. Rupert just looking to tie it up in his skates. And they move it along the boards. And finally it squirts free in behind the net. It's Tremaine trying to circle, but he couldn't get it on his backhand. He'll drop it in behind for DiCamillo. DiCamillo circling around. Comes up with a puck behind the net. And he's checked out of the play. Here's the shot right on. The rebound comes to Nick Toth, and he'll pick up the loose puck. Banks it to the blue line, not out of the zone. Kept in there by MacQuaid. Here's a backhander, knocked down, goes in behind the net. Hard check thrown by Hall. Puck along the boards. Raiders look to move it ahead. Still can't get it out of the zone. Bounces in behind the net. Hall with it. Battling for it with Tremaine. Tremaine slides it into the corner, goes after it himself, moving it along the boards to the blue line. Here's a shot from the point way wide. They were looking for a deflection that time. Comes around into the corner. MacQuaid still controls in the corner. That's Marshall to the blue line. Gets knocked down, gets back up again. Gets a shot off, deflected right in front. Save made, rebound in the net. And that's going to be Joe DiCamillo getting his second goal of the game as Dusty DeLille made a great save and then gave up the rebound, and DiCamillo was there to poke it home. And it's 4-0 for MacQuaid. And the Raiders really couldn't clear the zone that time, and as a result, they finally just got worn out by relentless pressure by MacQuaid and gave up that fourth goal, the third in this second period. 4-0 MacQuaid leading Massena, 5:39 left in the second period. Joe DiCamillo gets the goal, and the puck goes in the corner, Massena zone. Hatch throws a check, puck controlled by the Raiders. And finally, they move it out of the zone. Michaud, headman pass. Here's Michaud right back. It goes to Devin Paquin, rather. Paquin makes a nice move in the corner, looks to set it up, goes back to the point, and the puck knocked away along the boards, and finally it's picked up there by Paquin again. He gets tied up. Puck squirts free to Whitcup. Whitcup steps by the check, gets tied up again, stays with it. Paquin, side of the net. Whitcup battles for it, can't come up with it, and finally it's out to center ice. Into the zone it goes, and bouncing into the corner. In Massena territory, puck around the boards. Oh, there's a big check. And there's a player down on the ice. He's getting up slowly. That's Morrell. The puck squirts free. Raiders are going to clear it. Michaud, one-on-one. Here comes Michaud on the defenseman. Has it poked away, gets it back again. Drop pass. Whitcup's backhander right on. Save made. Puck in the corner. And it's controlled by MacQuaid to the blue line. Hard check thrown there. The puck picked up by Whitcup. He tries to flip it through, but it's knocked away. Comes to the Massena line. And racing in after it will be Aaron Leduc. Leduc picks it up, looks for his wing. Michaud's head man goes all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing. He was looking for Ramo, but Ramo wasn't looking for the puck. And the faceoff will move back into Massena territory. 4:10 left in the second period. 4-0. MacQuaid leads Massena on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Faceoff will be to the right side of goaltender Dusty DeLille. Ryan Ramo to take the draw against Paul Vaca. Off the faceoff, puck in the circle, bounces in front of the net. DeLille comes out, and he's going to hold on for the faceoff. And we'll do it all over again with 4:04 left in the second period. Again, 4-0 in favor of MacQuaid on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Off the draw, puck to the blue line. Raiders look to move it out. Here comes Adam Catanzarite. He gets checked out of the play. The puck squirts free, picked up there on the defense by Pagani, and he'll dump it down the ice. And that's going to be icing against MacQuaid and move the faceoff back inside MacQuaid territory. 3:58, and they haven't stopped the clock. Now they're going to stop it. 3:55 left in the second period. And the Raiders trail 4-0 here, needing desperately to get something going here to get back into this hockey game. Off the draw, puck in the circle, bounces right in front of the net. McGuire comes out and covers it up, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. We'll do it all over again. Face-off left side in the MacQuaid zone. Catanzarite takes the face-off. MacQuaid wins it, though, flipping it around the boards and out to center ice. Back after it for Massena is Chris Olson. Olson gets double-teamed in the corner. Here's an opportunity for MacQuaid. Olson comes back, comes up with a puck momentarily. Now it's knocked down in front. Here's a short side backhander, and it trickles in on net. And DeLille is going to hold on for the face-off. 3:29 remaining in the second period. It's 4-0 for MacQuaid on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Our Red Raider broadcast being brought to you by Seaway Tire for quality tires and great car care, located on East Orvis Street in Massena, by the men and women of Alcoa's Massena operations. Face-off in the Massena zone after the cover-up by Dusty DeLille. And it's going to be Foster's line out there. Foster facing off against Reese. Off the draw, puck in the circle. Bounces into the corner. There's a battle for it there. Finally poke check back to the blue line. That's Tugel with it. He dumps it to the circle. Here's a shot in behind. Picked up there again by MacQuaid as they just cycle. Here's a puck bounced away as DeLille got a piece of it. Can't clear the zone though. Now it bounces to the blue line, and it's dumped back into the corner. Picked up there by the Raiders. They try to clear and don't. Kept in. Controlling it there. It bounces right in front of the net. They got a man free. The shot, DeLille makes the save and holds on. Good job by Dusty DeLille coming out on Matt Reese. Reese already has 2 goals and could have had his hat trick there, but DeLille came out and made a great save. And again, the Raiders just having trouble clearing the zone. When this Aquinas team gets cycling, they're tough. Whitcup's line back out from Massena. Reese's line stays out. for MacQuaid. Off the draw, puck in behind the net, and along the boards, Raiders control. Whitcup trying to chase it down, out the center ice. What do we got? And it's going to move the face-off is going to move all the way down the ice, and I'm not sure what that was for. But the face-off will move back inside MacQuaid's zone. Maybe a hand pass or something. I didn't see the indication, but Raiders with an opportunity here. Michaud will take the draw to the left against Reese. Off the draw, Michaud wins it. Here's a shot right on. The save made as Whitcup took the face-off from Michaud and got the shot on, and the save is made by Mike McGuire. We'll do it again. And again, Michaud will take the face-off against Reese. Off the draw. Whitcup this time has to battle for it. Moves it in front. Paquin shot right on the rebound, and they couldn't come up with it. As Michaud was there banging at it, couldn't get a stick on the puck, and the puck goes in behind the net. Hard check thrown by Michaud, but the puck controlled by Aquinas. They move it out to center ice. Reese poke checks it in the Massena zone, chases it down. He and Hatch go after it there. Where's the puck? It's still controlled. We're going to have a penalty, and it's going to go against Massena, apparently. Yeah, it is. The Raiders have to touch the puck, and they finally do. And so Massena will pick up the second penalty of the game, and I'm not sure what it's for. Holding, perhaps? Roughing. So Aaron Michaud gets the gate for roughing, and the Raiders will have to try to kill another penalty. Trailing 4-0 in the second period. 2:08 left on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Raiders will come out with the Ryan Ramo out there. And Aaron Ramo will pick up the others in a moment. Toth and Hall, I think, are the two defensemen. Raiders trying to control the puck and move it down the ice as Ryan Ramo gets it on the backhand. Puck goes back to Sean Tugel in his own end. Tugel will flip it around the boards. Takes a funny bounce, and it comes off the stick to Hunter Rapp. Rapp skates back behind his own net. Raiders just trying to kill the penalty as the puck trickles out the center ice. Picked up by Toth. He dumps it ahead. And right back comes Aquinas, or I should say MacQuaid. Across the blue line as they set it up. That's Tugel out by the blue line. He slides one right across the goal mouth. Bounces by everybody. Picked up on the 45 by DiCamillo as they move it around the horn. Here's Rapp's shot. Ooh, goes off a body high in the air. That was Hall who blocked that one. Comes in behind the net. Controlled. Around the horn it goes. That's Tremaine. Tremaine for Aquinas. Looking for Rapp at the 45. Rapp skates, shoots, and it goes wide and high. Puck along the boards to the blue line. Poke checked out to center ice by Ramo. We're down to about 1:04 left in the period. Puck into the Massena zone. Dumped in behind the net and around the boards. Ryan Ramo takes a whack at it, and down the ice it goes. Good heads-up play by Ryan Ramo. And the puck trickles down as the Massena Red Raiders make some penalty-killing changes. Levine coming out now. About 45 seconds left in the period. In behind the net is Tugel. Tugel and Levine go after it. Levine takes him off the puck. Whitcup picks up the puck and dumps it right back in the zone. Penalty, I believe, is elapsed. We're back to even strength. As the puck along the boards to the blue line and out to center ice. Whitcup comes up with the puck again, poke checked away from him to the Massena line and dumped into the corner. 22 seconds left in the period, 4-0 in favor of MacQuaid. Comes to Leduc. Leduc rips it around the boards, intercepted behind the net. Now it's poked free. Toth, he'll move it around the horn with 10 seconds left in the period. Controlled again by MacQuaid. They move it, but it's intercepted by Massena and out to center ice. That's off the stick of Michaud as the ball.
I got more goals.
You do, huh? Off the face-off, Raiders trying to control the puck as they flip it along the boards. Picked up by MacQuaid at their own blue line. They bounce it ahead. Puck cleared ahead, and down the ice it goes. Here's Brian Morrell dumping it into the zone across the blue line. Just bounces around. Finally, it's picked up by Nick Toth, and he'll move it ahead. Toth head man to the blue line and out to center ice. Picked right back up there by Angus. He's bodied out of the play. The puck bouncing around at the blue line. Toth picks it up, trying to move it ahead. And it's taken off his stick and controlled there by Pagani. Dave Pagani has it knocked away. Here comes Whitcup. He's got Michaud with him. Whitcup takes it in behind, and a nice poke check broke up the play as coming back was Tyler Hoff. And he really made a great play. Devin Paquin now in the corner for Massena. Paquin trying to stick handle, has a puck poked away, comes to Michaud behind the net. It's tied up, squirts free, and into the corner it goes. Around the boards, Brian Morrell coming back, has it poke checked by Whitcup. He'll come back after it, though, and pick it up. Here's Morrell from behind his own net, banks it ahead to the blue line and out to center ice. Devin Paquin picks it up there, flips it ahead, right back in the zone it goes as Massena wants a line change. Back the other way comes Tyler Hoff, captain on this team. He dumps it and has it deflected by the forward. In the zone it goes. That was John Angus. Massena picking it up, moving it ahead. Here's Levine, swept away from him. The puck poke checked, comes not into the zone though, still at center ice. Now it's banked in. Here's an opportunity. And side of the net it goes, right in front, but the Raiders intercept, knock it away, and back out comes Catanzarite on the off wing. Here's Adam Catanzarite trying to step by the check. He does. Catanzarite takes it deep in the corner. In behind the net, has it poked away, comes back after it, goes back to the point, flipped right back in the corner. It comes to Ramo. Ramo dumps it in behind for Catanzarite, has it taken away, and right back the other way comes MacQuaid out to center ice. Bouncing around, it's Williams, poke checking it deep in the Massena zone, trickles right in, and Dusty DeLille stops at side of the net. Raiders look to break out. It comes to Ramo. Ramo down the off wing, his headman pass intercepted and controlled by MacQuaid. They bank it out to the neutral zone, right back in the zone by Massena. In the corner it goes. After it there is Sean Tugel. Tugel flips it around on the other side to Milgate. Milgate's pass knocked away by Foster, and they'll have to regroup again. It comes on the other side to Tugel, moves it to the blue line, just trickles out to center ice. Matt Reese with it. His pass just clears the blue line, picked up there by Menkes. He flips it ahead off a body. Puck cleared along the boards, and it trickles down into the Massena zone, not far enough for icing, as Toth comes back to play it for the Raiders. Takes it behind the net, rips it around the board for Thomas Menkes. Headman pass, and Foster couldn't come up with it. Menkes trying to follow. He's ridden off the play, but Foster has it, knocked away. Back the other way. Here comes MacQuaid into the Massena zone. It's Valley, and offsides will be the call. And we're down to 12 minutes even in the third period. Raiders continue to trail on the Corky's Collision scoreboard 4-0. Whitcup's line right back out for Massena against the Reese line. Off the faceoff, puck goes off a leg. Back to MacQuaid line. Michaud after it there. Michaud into the corner, flips it behind the net. Back for it is Cushing, and we have a whistle. And I think we're going to have a penalty against MacQuaid. And it's going to be, I think, a high sticking call. That's their first penalty of the game. They'll give Massena their first power play of the game. Yep, it's a high stick call against Bob Pagani. He's the younger of the two Pagani brothers, a sophomore. And he'll get the gate for high sticking. The Raiders will go on the power play here. And let's see, Whitcup, Michaud, Foster out there. We've got Tubolino and Toth at the points. Face off right side in the MacQuaid zone. Raiders with an opportunity here on the power play. Let's see what they do with it. Off the draw, Whitcup wins it to Michaud. Back to the point, they move it around the horn, goes to Tubolino. Tubolino flips it in the corner for Michaud, knocked away and ripped around the boards. Whitcup comes up with it though. Trying to go back to the point, knocked away and out to center ice. Here's a foot race for the puck and racing for it and picking it up. Oh, nice play there. They move it across in front. The shot and the save made. And I'll tell you what, DeLille had to be good as the Raiders couldn't keep the puck in the zone. It turned up being in a mini 2-on-1 as racing down the left wing side was Torrin Del Forte. He crossed the ice with a pass, but a good save by DeLille. Off the faceoff, Raiders control. Toth picking up a forechecker. He'll start out. Flips it ahead. And Michaud gets a piece of it, can't control. It's dumped back into the Massena zone. Whitcup turns it around, starts back. Here comes Robbie Whitcup, head man to Michaud. Michaud leaves for Whitcup. Whitcup takes it into the corner, right side. Here's Whitcup, bodied into the boards. It squirts free, goes back to the point to Nick Toth. Toth sets it up, fakes the shot, goes to Tubolino. Tubolino trying to move it in front. Whitcup a little bit too hard on the pass as the puck bounces to the blue line and trickles out the center ice as Toth couldn't quite keep it in. Puck bouncing around. Raiders have to clear the zone. They finally do, but the puck is dumped down the ice by MacQuaid. DeLille stops it and flips it into the corner. Toth just knocks it ahead to the neutral ice. Picked up there as they tie it up in front of the boards. And where is it? Finally comes free as Michaud skates out of the pack. Here's Michaud. Turning around, he'll drop it to Toth at his own blue line. Can't be much time left in the power play as Whitcup throws a check and Michaud picks up the puck. Whitcup takes it, trying to go across. He's checked out of the play, the puck bouncing free, and Foster will pick it up. Foster cross-ice pass to the Massena defense, Tubolino. Tubolino headman right on the stick of Michaud, but he wants off as they've been out there the whole power play. The power play has elapsed. Puck dumped back in, DeLille makes the save. Leaves it in front for Hall. Brandon Hall starts out. Nice headman pass to Levine. Levine's pass is intercepted. Dump back to the Massena line, kicked ahead by Hall. They bounce it around and dump it deep in Massena territory. After it is Leduc. Leduc flips it around the boards for Catanzarite. Catanzarite bounce past the blue line, doesn't clear the zone. Kept in at the point by Tyler Hoff. He dumps it behind the net. Leduc again for Massena. Circles. Leduc looking to headman all the way out to center ice. Stepping across the boards, Morel. He'll dump it to the Massena line. Blocked there by Leduc. Poke check by him. And the puck that's wrapped. He can't keep it in the zone. Levine. He dumps it from the red line. Down the ice it goes. Catanzarite chasing in after it. Looking to pass it. He takes a hard check. And the puck goes free as they battle for it behind Levine. He's got two guys on him. And where is the puck? As Catanzarite tries to get up, it's gloved. It comes to Ramo. Ramo's got a man free and throws it all the way back to the blue line as Leduc had started to pinch in. Raiders get a delay offsides, but the puck is cleared to the Massena line. Here's Hunter Rapp, loses it, gets it back again, but he got it back outside the zone, and the faceoff will move outside. With 8:42 left in a fast-moving third period, the scoreboard remains 4-0 for MacQuaid over the Massena Red Raiders. That's the Corky's Collision scoreboard as the Derek Rupert line comes out there against Hunter Rapp. We're waiting for the changes all to be made before they drop the puck off the faceoff. Raiders try to control it. They do. Move it down into MacQuaid territory. Back after it. MacQuaid moves it out. Picked up there by Ramo. He dumps it right back across the blue line. There's a battle for it in the corner. Thomas Menkes after it. Menkes trying to flip it. Aaron Ramo. Ramo gathers it in. Drops it for Menkes. Menkes looks to center. Gets it back again. Menkes gets a shot right on. There's going to be a penalty, and the puck is controlled by MacQuaid. As Menkes coming out of the corner just got hooked and had an opportunity to get a shot but didn't get much wood on it, and so the penalty will go to Brian Morel, or no, excuse me, that's going to be Matt Milgate. Milgate, the defenseman, gets the gate for hooking, and the Raiders will go on another power play, their second of the game. Didn't do much on the first one. Let's see what they can do here. 8:13 left in the third period, 4-0. MacQuaid leading. Hooking the call on Milgate. Right back out is Whitcup with Michaud and Foster. Aaron Leduc and Nick Toth. Now they're making another ice repair right in front of the MacQuaid bench. And they complete the repair, and we'll have a face-off inside MacQuaid territory. Raiders on the power play again with 8:13 left in the third period. Michaud will take the face-off. He wins the draw. Whitcup shot. He fired it wide. Bouncing in behind the net. There's a battle for it. Michaud comes away with the puck, centers it. It's intercepted and dumped down the ice. The Raiders did what they wanted to do, won the face-off and got the shot, but it wasn't on net. Got to get those shots on net and keep them low. Puck around the boards, kept in, deflected into the corner. As the Raiders just trying to come up with a puck, and Foster does. Flips it ahead for Whitcup. Whitcup breaks out of the zone. Here's Robbie Whitcup taking it in. Dumps it in behind the net for Nick Toth, who pinches down. Here's Toth in the corner. Goes back to Michaud. Michaud's bodied out of the play. He still battles for it, comes away with a puck. Michaud gets ridden hard by Ryan Cushing, but it comes to Whitcup. Whitcup in behind for Foster, steps out to the point. Here's Toth, cranks it up, shot, rebound, knocked down, where is it? They battle for it, and somehow McGuire holds on for the faceoff. as that puck was bouncing around right in front of the net, and McGuire came out and just grabbed it and holds on for the face-off. Just past the halfway mark of the third period, the scoreboard remains 4-0 for MacQuaid. Raiders just can't seem to buy one tonight. You've had their opportunities. Whitcup stays out there to take the face-off. No, it's going to be Michaud taking the face-off. See what he can do here. Off the face-off. This time it's won by MacQuaid. It comes to Pagani. Rips it around the boards, but Whitcup is there to steal the puck. He gets knocked down. There's going to be another penalty, as Whitcup just got his skates hauled out from underneath him, and the Raiders will get another power play opportunity here after the tripping call. And that trip call is going to go against Dave Pagani, I believe, their big defenseman, assistant captain. Yep. That basically similar to the tripping call in the first period, where actually Whitcup, or was it Michaud, just kind of stepped over his stick and lost his footing, but they called it in the first period. They call it here in the third period, and the Raiders will be on a two-man advantage for just a few seconds, I think. 6:30, I'm not sure, I don't remember when they said that he came out, so we'll have to see how long it goes. So the Raiders with a two-man advantage here, and they control the puck in the corner. There's a battle for it there. Whitcup and Foster. Foster comes out of the pack. Foster. They get the man back. Foster gets it to Whitcup in behind. Whitcup circles. They got their man back into the play here. So the Raiders, their two-man advantage wasn't very long-lived. Now the puck, and Toth got it lost in his skates. Couldn't come up with it. And it's cleared out to center ice. And the Raiders had pulled their goaltender. And the puck bounced free. Leduc had it and lost it. And coming in on the empty net was Torren Del Forte. And I didn't see the Raiders pull their goaltender, but apparently they pulled the goalie, and it came back to bite them. And now it's 5-0 with the open net goal by Del Forte. Raiders trying to take advantage of that power play by pulling their goaltender, but you got to control the puck. And they didn't control the puck, and as a result, Hoff gets an assist, so now it's 5-0, and I was so surprised when the puck came out of the zone, and all of a sudden I look back there's no goaltender. Raiders still on the power play here, but that'll go down as a shorthanded goal for MacQuaid. Puck in the corner. Hard check thrown there, in behind the net. Ramo picks it up. He'll drop it. Who's got the puck? It goes in behind. Ramo throws a check and ends up on top of his man. Puck comes free to Devin Paquin. He moves it ahead. Paquin gets hit from behind. Now Ramo can't come up with a puck. It bounces free, and finally it's dumped down the ice. Raiders, as I mentioned, still on the power play, but looking rather disheveled. That goal really took the wind right out of their sails, I'll tell you. A puck in the corner, inside the zone, the offensive zone for Massena. Oh, Ramo just got nailed from behind, and another penalty going against, oh, wait a minute, I think he's going to call them both. As Ramo goes to the box, he got hit from behind. And let's see here, Ramo goes off, and Ryan Cushing goes off. And now there's going to be some penalties here, and what are they going to call? Ramo got hit from behind. That's what started the melee, but then he retaliated, and he's going to pick up a penalty as well. Now the officials are discussing it. And whenever you have officials discussing it, it means they don't know what they're going to call. And we'll see what they call here. But the hit from behind, it was a hit from behind. I don't think it was that bad a hit. He hit the boards pretty good, and then he retaliated. So and they're still discussing it. And now they're discussing it with the captains. And we'll see what happens here. There was the hit from behind, and then the retaliation is what the call is. It just depends on how severe they're going to be with the penalties, I guess, is what I'm thinking here. And we'll see what happens. Both captains, Robbie Whitcup for Massena and Dave Pagani, or excuse me, Tyler Hoff for MacQuaid, are talking about it. Let's see what happens here. We're still waiting to see what the calls are going to be, as they still are discussing it. 5:42 left in the third period, and the score is 5-0 for MacQuaid. It all started with a hit from behind and the retaliation by Ryan Ramo. And as to how bad the retaliation was, it was in the far corner from us. So I'm not sure what the calls are going to be, but they're still discussing it, and we're still waiting for a call from the official. I think the officials have made their calls, but they're still talking it over with the two captains. And I guess all we can do is wait and hear what the calls are. Now it looks like and let's see here, 5 is going off. Ryan Cushing is going to get a DQ apparently. And apparently Ramo's going to get a DQ as well, because he's going off the ice. So Ramo's gone, as is Cushing. And that means that we're not going to see either of those two gentlemen tomorrow. Two games? Well, we'll see. So with 5:42 left in the third period, both teams penalized with game DQs. Okay, here we go. You got a roughing and a game disqualification. And Ramo spearing major and a game DQ. Okay, there we go. So that's so both players. Ryan was the guy checked from behind into the boards, took exception, speared the MacQuaid player. You can't do that. So he's gone. The MacQuaid player's gone for the major hit from behind. So the basic result is two guys are not going to be able to play tomorrow. And that's unfortunate when these things happen. And the main thing is keep your temper when these happen and not retaliate. Massena could have had a 5-minute penalty had they not retaliated. We're back to even Steven. Here's Hatch with it, flipping it to Whitcup at the 45. Whitcup back to the point. Here's Whitcup, shot right on, save made, rebound, it's still free, in behind the net, Whitcup takes it. Couple of saves from McGuire. Back to the point, here's Hatch's shot, score! And it may have been deflected by Foster in front, but the Raiders dent the twines and pick up a power play goal and have scored their first goal of the game. 5-1 the score. Let's see what they call it, but it was a shot from the point by Brian Hatch. It may have been deflected by Foster in front. He was right in the right spot. Yeah, it is Foster deflecting the shot from the point. Whitcup also picking up an assist on the goal. Off the faceoff, Hatch in behind the net now, trying to tie the puck up. It's in the Massena zone. And they're going to blow the whistle quickly that time. Earlier in the game, they'd let that go on for a while, but now they're going to blow the whistle rather abruptly here every time there's a stoppage of any kind. 5-1 the score. Raiders have gotten on the board here. With there's 5:07 left in the third period now on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Whitcup will take the draw in the Massena zone to the right. Off the faceoff, puck sits in the circle. Now it's cleared in behind the net. And it's picked up there by DiCamillo. Knocked away from him. Hatch comes up with it for Massena. Banks it off the glass down the ice. And racing for it is Michaud. He and Hoff go after it. Hoff gets there first, flips it out to the neutral zone. And back it goes inside Massena territory. Hall gets a piece of it, knocks it in the corner. After it there is DiCamillo. DiCamillo in behind the net trying to center, but it's knocked away. Devin Paquin. Headman pass. Michaud. Michaud to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it down the right wing side, trying to barge his way through, knocked away. Following up is Michaud. Directs it at the net, doesn't get through. Now here comes MacQuaid breaking down the right wing side is Marshall. He's got by the defense. The shot, save made. And the rebound is picked up by DeLille. And ending up on top of DeLille is Joe Tremaine. And also Robbie Whitcup. And DeLille holds on, and there's going to be a face-off. And I think one of the MacQuaid players was injured, John Marshall. And he's coming over to the bench. Is he going to get a penalty? No, I guess he's going to get a penalty. No, it's interesting. The coach told me they run into penalty problems at times, and all of a sudden, apparently that time is occurring. So getting the gate will be John Marshall. He was holding his hand, his glove, as he came over. And now Robbie Whitcup, the Massena captain, talking to the official, wondering what the call is going to be. 4:16 left in the third period. This game was breezing along, and then all of a sudden the penalty started to occur. So now it looks like the Raiders will go on the power play, or though Michaud is in the box as well, so he must have gotten called for something too. Roughing on Marshall. Both for roughing, so matching minors. So now we'll skate 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders with 4:16 left. MacQuaid leading 5-1 on the Corky scoreboard. Off the face-off, puck to the red line. Dump back in the Massena zone. Back after it there's Chris Olsen. He rips it around the boards. Ahead it goes to Foster. Jumped over his stick, but out to center ice. Dumped right back in the zone. Leduc after it, in behind the net. He kind of fanned on the clearing pass, but Catanzari comes up with it, feeds to Foster, and the Raiders break it out. He lost it, and the puck picked up by MacQuaid as they move it around. Brian Morrell with it at his own blue line. Flips to the Massena line. Olsen is there to dump it to an open wing, and it's finally dumped. Neither team seems to want to hold on to the puck or pass it. Now DeLille comes out to play it in the corner. Picked up there by the Raiders, and they move it out to center ice. Headman pass, Foster. Foster leaves it for Leduc. Leduc into the corner. He steps by a check, falls down as he got knocked down. The puck squirts free in behind the net. And around the boards it comes to Sean Tugel. Here's Tugel down the side boards. He'll flip it across into the Massena zone and follow it himself. Now the puck dumped behind the net. Picked up by Foster. Foster rips it ahead of the blue line, not out of the zone. Back to the circle. Foster again. Knocked away from him, but it comes out to center ice. Delay offsides and offsides. You're going to call an intentional offside and move it down the ice inside MacQuaid territory. 5-1 the score in favor of MacQuaid, beginning to look like we'll be in the 10 a.m. game tomorrow as the Raiders trail by 4 here. And we're late in the third period. Let's hope we can keep everybody on the ice the rest of the game. Rupert's line out for Massena. Well, Rupert Levine, 2/3 of the line. Still 4-on-4. Toth off the faceoff. His shot. And he fired it high and wide. Puck in the corner. Tubolino bounces it. Gets it right back again. Trying to flip it ahead. Comes to Levine in the corner again. He can't come up with it around the horn. And is picked up there by John Angus to the blue line. Tubolino keeps it in momentarily. Keeps it in again. Flips it free. And now both teams are back to 5-on-5. Puck knocked down by Levine. Levine gets it back in front, trying to get the shot off, gets knocked down and trickles one on anyway. And McGuire just leaves it for his defenseman, Dave Pagani, who rips it around the boards to the blue line, kept in at the point by Toth. His pass intercepted, and it's out to center ice. Long left wing pass. Here comes John Angus, makes the move, but he's knocked off the puck. Nice check thrown, and he is hurting. Slow to get up, but the Raiders don't clear the zone as the puck knocked around. Angus, ouch, that had to hurt. And he throws a check. The puck bounces free to the blue line, kept in at the point. And Nick Toth will gather it in the corner. Here's Toth. He's going to lug it himself. Here's Toth, headman pass to Levine down the right wing side. Levine trying to step by the check, has a poke checked away. Puck around the boards in front. Here's an opportunity. Dropping it in the corner. Levine takes a whack at it. Moves it to Aaron. And the shot anyway. We'll say who that is. Aaron Ramo, excuse me. And the shot right on. Not a hard shot. And the save made by McGuire. 1:40 left in the third period. And the pace has slowed to the pace of molasses right now. Michaud will take the face-off for Massena. 5-1. MacQuaid leads off the draw. Wins it to Whitcup. His shot. He fired it wide. Knew what he wanted to do. Went for the corner and just missed it. Puck still in the zone. Devin Paquin. Whitcup shot right on McGuire. Makes the save and holds on for the face-off. And right now the shots in this period are 10-2 favoring Massena. Of course, the Raiders had quite a few power plays in this period, but MacQuaid penalties. They had 3 penalties. 6 penalties to Massena's 2. The Raiders with some opportunities, they just could only get 1 on the power play. They gave up a shorthanded goal when they pulled their goalie, trying to get back in the game. But here comes MacQuaid with a 2-on-1, and it's Reese again, but it gets away from him into the corner, Massena zone. He still makes the move out to the 45. Hard check thrown there as the puck bounces in the corner, knocked down with a high stick. Yeah. And the faceoff will come inside Massena territory. 1:07 left in the third period. Raiders make change. Foster's line coming out. Foster, Catanzarite, and Levine. And it's going to be Reese staying out there for MacQuaid. Off the faceoff. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth. Nobody home, and Levine picks up the loose puck. Here's Chris Levine battling by the check. Has it poke checked away. Now trickles back inside MacQuaid territory. Under a minute to play. Raiders trail on the Corky scoreboard, 5-1. Puck getting by the Massena defense in front. Here's a chance. It's knocked away. Catanzarite trying to come up with it. He can't. Puck dumped back in the corner and around behind the net. Aaron Leduc after it. He'll flip it to Chris Levine. Doesn't get out of the zone though. Puck dumped back in the corner. In behind the net with 30 seconds left into the circle, but it's going to be Foster skating it out of the zone. Headman pass to Chris Levine too far, and the puck knocked away by Tyler Hoff. Hoff skates out of his own zone, flips it ahead on the wing to an open wing. Puck comes to the Massena zone. Leduc is there to bang it ahead again. To Levine, 10 seconds left. Puck to the Massena line, and it's controlled there, and I think they're just going to pass it around at the blue line. 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll take care of the hockey game right there.